but I am a huge Chevy fan. I'm biased, okay? So, you know, shoot me. Guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, maybe consider subscribing. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. The first 1,000 are gonna get something free from me. Not sure what it's gonna be yet. Not sure if it's gonna be a giveaway or something like that, but it should be something pretty cool. So if you're into this type of content where we talk about cars, trucks, relationships, and everything in between, maybe this is something for you. So go ahead and subscribe because it's free. It helps the channel out and you guys get some cool content. So without further ado, there's a few things that we want to talk about today. So let's bring it in here and let's talk a little bit. All right guys, so to start off here, number one, I sold my truck, okay? The truck that got everything started. The truck that really got me back into making these videos and everything else. Yeah, I sold that truck. I only mentioned it a little bit before. I'm pretty upset that I had to sell my truck, but it's just like what we have to do at this point in, well, let's not say our lives, but in my life. So it's gonna give us an opportunity to make another build, right? Another build for the channel. We do have some videos planned. My buddy Nate, he just got a Mercedes convertible that he's gonna be doing some work on. So we should get some content this weekend. And some more car content, some more truck content, all that good stuff. So, number two on the list here we gotta talk about. We won't talk about it too much, but we're just gonna mention it, right? I just quit my job. And it feels freaking awesome, okay? It's pretty liberating, okay? Now, I'm gonna say that I've had some really awesome jobs and I've had some not so awesome jobs. And I've had some really awesome coworkers and supervisors and I've had some not so good coworkers and supervisors. This was a not so good supervisor kind of experience, okay? Very toxic, unethical, texting patients, you know, beyond the scope. Having family members come in, just a lot of like weird stuff was going on. And if I needed to call off sick for my kids, even if I had vacation time, I wasn't able to use that time. And they were saying that it was like too last minute, even if I called like the day before or whatever. If my kids were sick because they had like a fever or they had, you know, specific things where I had even a doctor's note, I couldn't use my time, so I had to take an unpaid day. And then this person would be basically giving me crap about it, making me feel bad about it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm done with this toxicity. I have too much self-respect for that. So with that, just like the Sharks, I'm out. But as you know, guys, God's got us, okay? We're just gonna keep doing what we do. We're gonna stay strong. We're gonna stay professional, and we're gonna keep doing what we gotta do to make it in this world and make it into the next one. Okay, so with those two things out of the way, I kind of want to talk about what I'm thinking for as far as the next project, and maybe you guys can comment below, tell me maybe like a truck or a build that you want to see, and I'm going to tell you one that I am very interested in right now that I'm probably going to do regardless, but I still want your input because I want to build something cool and something that not a lot of people have done before. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right guys, so I'm just gonna throw it out there, okay? You guys know that I'm a big Chevy guy. I'm still open to other trucks, obviously you guys know that. But I am biased and I definitely wanna probably go with a Chevy. Not saying that Toyotas aren't good, not saying Tacomas aren't good, not saying that Ford trucks aren't good. Dodges suck. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying Dodge trucks are bad, but I think they're bad. But I am a huge Chevy fan. I'm biased, okay? So, you know, shoot me. But you guys know I'm a sucker for the 5.3. I'm a sucker for the 6.0. But the things I'm looking for as far as getting a next project, getting a next build, is something like that I got on my last one. I had an 03 Silverado 1500, Z71 LS 5.3 4x4, and I would still love to have that type of truck. Would I want one a little newer? Maybe, right? Maybe. But for what I'm looking for, it's got to have decent mileage. Okay, I don't want something that has 200,000 miles on it. It's got to have some sort of off-roading capability. It's got to be customizable, obviously. It's got to have 4x4 capabilities, right? What else are we missing here? Oh, it's got to have spots, you know, that are big enough in the back, seats that are big enough in the back that my kids can go in, right, with their car seats. And then maybe if I still have this project truck or whatever, if we don't give it away or anything like that, you know, it's gonna be a decent enough truck that once the car seats come out, it'll be safe and big enough that they can still fit in there, right? Lastly, it has got to be budget friendly, right? I need a budget friendly truck to build. And whatever truck that I build, I try and, you know, take it from 2000, 2002, 2003, 2010, whatever, and make it 2024. You guys know that's what I want to do, right? So that means combating all the rust. That means rockers, cab corners. That means if there's cross member issues, yada yada yada, brake issues, I'm gonna replace everything. I'm gonna show you guys what I do in the process, like we did with the Chevy truck videos, right? With my 1500 videos. And this time we'll just take you along for the entire journey from day one all the way through. But I am just pretty fixated on a Chevy Avalanche. Alright, so some of you guys might be a little pissed off that I just said Chevy Avalanche. You're like, that's not a truck, that's a SUV, but it has a truck bed. It's kind of like it's like a Hummer SUT, but it has a longer truck bed. Wait, it has a mid-gate. Yeah, no, it's confusing, and that's why I like it. Now I'm just saying, guys. The Chevy Avalanche, right? They made it to be versatile as far as like being like the comforts of an SUV, but having a truck bed. And since I don't do construction regularly, you know, I do a lot of house projects. I help a lot of people out, obviously. I do a lot of projects for other people as well, but I'm not doing construction as like my main job. So I need something that's gonna have like about a 6-foot bed, and gives me the capability of getting 8-foot 2x4s in there. And with the mid gate in the middle of the truck that actually folds down those back seats and it like opens up to the whole bed of the truck, that will allow me that capability. So that is like a big seller for somebody like me. It might not be the biggest seller for like a big construction worker or anything like that. You probably need like a base cab or like regular cab, you know what I mean? Base model truck that has like an 8-foot bed. You know, I could see that being like a construction worker's dream, right? With like all the amenities, obviously air conditioning, 4x4, all that good stuff. But hey, that might be a truck that if I was doing construction, solely construction, didn't have to haul my kids in there, probably be what I would be looking for because it's the most economical. But for what I'm trying to do as far as customizations, putting my personal touches on different builds and whatnot, I'm looking for something where I can customize it, take it off-roading, make it look cool, and make it one of the sickest trucks in that model that I can come up with the budget that I have, right? And that's basically what I did with my Chevy 1500. So this time around, I'm really leaning towards that Chevy Avalanche. For a while, I was getting pretty fixated on a Hummer H3. They have a Hummer H3T that has like the bed, but I would have really needed to go with the Alpha model that has the 5.3 liter V8. You know, just like that was in my Chevy, right? It's the same thing. You know, it's Hummer, so it's a GM product. And when I see GM, I see Chevy. I mean, it's interchangeable, I feel like, for a lot of these things. But yeah, so it's got the 5.3 that I love. The only issue is with the Hummer H3T, the price is just astronomical. Like, you can't get one that doesn't have like 150,000 miles on it that's not like 15, 20K. So I was just like, I'm gonna lean on the other side of that, right? I'm gonna go with a different type of truck. And I was really thinking about maybe a 4-door Silverado. You know, not like the 3/4 door, whatever, full on 4-door Silverado. Again, prices were kind of up there. And then that's when I kind of like stumbled into this whole Avalanche scene, right? And I went through YouTube, I went through like online forums to find anyone who had like an awesome Avalanche build, like something that, you know, I like. So like with my Silverado, I want to make a custom grill. So I did that because I haven't seen a lot of mesh grills, like full mesh grills on these Silverados. I wanted to badge the whole thing, which I did. I wanted to do a Starlight headliner, which I haven't seen many of. Obviously just the basics, the rock lights, you know, clears and all that other good stuff. You know, this time around we'll go switchbacks, but I wanted to customize everything that I could, right? And anything that was like my style, right? Within my budget. And if it wasn't, then I had to make it, right? So with this Avalanche, what I see is the ability to customize a truck with lots of different parts out there. I know there's like, what is it, Skyjacker or maybe Fox, or, you know, or Rough Country. Maybe they have like lift kits for these trucks, but I've only seen like 3.5 inch lifts. I've seen some 6, but like, what does that entail? Does that entail like a huge block on the spring? You know what I mean? Or am I gonna do new springs, new shocks, you know? And as far as fitting bigger tires in there, they already come with 20s. Like, can I fit a 20x12 in there without any rubbing? Like, I don't know yet. But as far as the builds I could find, you know, few and far between, and I don't really like the cladding. So there's not a lot of options as far as that cladding is concerned. So I wonder if there's a way that I can, that I guess like that plastic molding in the back of that truck. It's kind of like the ugliest thing that's on there, I feel like. But if I can sand it down and wrap it, like, I don't know if you can do that. You know, I don't know what the options are for that because I haven't really seen it. I've seen some people swap them out for like the Escalade, like the EXT cladding. And yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, that might be the route that I go if that saves me, you know, time and effort, and is the cheaper route if I can get, you know, those cladding pieces at a junkyard or something like that. But, you know, that's kind of like the route that I'm thinking about going. Now, as far as years go, I'm thinking about the 07 to 2013 model. Okay, the reason why I'm thinking about those models is because they're relatively newer. I like the 03 because I swear, maybe I looked this up, maybe you guys know, but I swear online I saw an 03 stock with a Duramax, and I was like, wait a second, if there is an 03 with a Duramax Avalanche out there, this thing sounds fantastic and I want it. But I'm pretty sure for the models I'm looking for, 07 to 2013, they don't have a Duramax model for that. And otherwise, they have 1500 that has a 5.3, 4x4 capabilities, same trans. You know, not a big fan of like the 4L60 or whatever, but I'd rather have the 80. But I don't know if like you can swap those out. But 07 to 13 is where I'm looking at. I'm looking mileage 50 to like 100,000 miles. Obviously, I don't want it, anything more than that. If it's 50 to 100,000, it's not driven as hard as, you know, other trucks for those years, and it's probably maintained relatively well. You know, but you never know. You have to, like, you know, see if they have any records. You know, check the oil, things like that. One of the things I don't like about this truck is that it's based on a Suburban platform, right? So it doesn't have the rear leaf springs in it, like in the back, like in a regular truck bed. What's that going to give you? It's going to give you a better ride. It's going to give you a smoother ride on the road. It's going to give you that SUV feel. But as far as like, you know, what I'm trying to do as far as customizing, lifting it, having those types of capabilities, as far as having like that type of truck suspension, if I ever want to like pull with it or anything like that, you're better off having a truck, like a truck with like leaf springs. But for what I'm trying to do, you know, if I'm gonna be pulling a boat, like I don't think I'm gonna be pulling more than like, I don't know, maybe like 3,000 pounds at a time. You know what I mean? So it's not like a deal breaker for me. Could be for you, but that's why I'm just throwing it out there. Now, if I can get even more specific about the years, I'm looking like maybe 2010 to 2013, because that's like the newest I can get. Obviously, I'm not trying to spend over $10,000 on this truck because I want to be able to have a lot of money, you know, to invest in the performance aspects of this build. Also, like the cosmetic aspects of the build, because, you know, with the truck being older, you're going to have rust. Okay, that's going to be your main thing you're going to combat. You're going to be fighting against. You're going to have brake probably issues. You're going to probably have, with these Chevys, you're probably going to have like brake lines to do. You know, those rear parking brakes, when I had my Chevy, they were gone. Like, they weren't even there. So I'm probably gonna do parking brakes. You know, so there's like a lot of maintenance that's gonna need to be done. That's gonna cost a lot of money. And then you wanna be able to customize. You wanna still have a little bit of money in the bank to do something cool. Obviously, like the interior, you know, if it's beat, I'm gonna have to do something with that. The headliners and all these Chevys, especially the older ones, they start to fall. So obviously you guys know that I know how to replace that. So that's something that, you know, I can definitely do. And as far as entertainment, like I want to make sure that this next SUV, when I do the headliner, I also do like a DVD system, a Bluetooth system, something like that for my kids, so that I can play like their videos on my phone in the car or whatever, in the truck, and then you know, just know that they're watching something that's safe. And also, like, I have the ability, like if they don't like it or something like that, they're freaking out, they're having a conniption or whatever, I can go ahead and I can switch it on my phone, right? The luxuries of life. But yeah, but when you're riding solo and you got 2 kids, like, you don't have someone to help you out. So I need to have like as much efficiency, I guess, be as efficient as I can, right, as the driver, but also being their parent. But it's a lot of money. So I want like a 5.3 at least. If they had a 6.0, even better. An 8.1 I know is in the 2500, so that'd probably be my best thing to get. An 8.1 turbo? 8.1 turbo sounds awesome. 8.1 cammed? I mean, sounds amazing. Anywho. And lastly, as far as the like off-roading capabilities, I haven't seen many videos, right? I haven't seen like many videos of people taking this thing camping or taking this thing, you know, in sand, on a beach somewhere. You know, things that I like to do with my truck. Things where I want to be able to take my dog and my kids, you know, out, you know, for a weekend or something like that. Where, well, obviously stay in like a hotel or something like that, or maybe camp even if it's nice. But if we stay in a hotel, then be able to like jump into the truck and then take the truck out onto a beach somewhere, not get stuck. You know, those are things that I'm kind of into, right? I do know that they make a Z71 package for the Avalanche. It's probably the one that I want to go for. Obviously, I want to go for the 6-speed transmission. I think they have a 4-speed in the years that I want, but I wouldn't want that. Just in case I pull a boat or something like that, I want to make sure that I have a 6-speed, because it's going to be better, like as far as fuel economy, and then probably for towing. But that's another thing. Like, I want to make sure that even if it has like 60,000 miles on it, if it's always towing, like, I'm probably gonna have a transmission issue, which isn't a deal breaker. I'm just saying, like, these are costly things that, you know, will add up. And so I need the price of the actual vehicle to be relatively budget friendly, right? Nothing too crazy. So with what I'm kind of looking for, the year, the mileage, the build possibilities, the off-roading capability, 4x4, and it also being a Chevy, I am kind of biased towards maybe trying to make the best custom Chevy Avalanche that's out there and bringing it up to 2024 for sure. Probably looking at maybe starting within the next few months. Not sure what's happening with this house, this studio, or anything like that. But whatever is God's will is God's will. Staying faithful, staying strong, right? And we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna figure it out, because that's what we do. We figure it out. That's what we do as men. We figure it out, right? And we'll get some more content for you, something fun for you guys out there. Hopefully to motivate and inspire you guys to maybe do your build. And yeah, I'm thinking Chevy Avalanche. What truck should I build? You guys let me know in the comments below. That's what I have for you today, guys. If you like this video, subscribe, like, share with someone who might like it. Share with someone who has an Avalanche. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.